It was fucking nuts. Yeah, I grew up in a very, like, angry time. You know, like, you were afraid of your dad's dad. I talked about this shit before, but I'm still working through it, so just bear with me. You just were fucking, yeah. Like, I love seeing kids nowadays loving their dad. Like, Dad, what's going on? Want to go play, Dad? Let's go ride bikes, Dad. Yeah, when I was a kid, it was like, Dad, fuck, run, open a window. Mom, what did you see in that? Fucking lunatic, right? It was absolute fucking lunacy. And not just my house. I love my parents, but it was just the time. Like, everybody was fucking crazy. You were afraid, and people could put their hands on you, and other people's dads could hit you, and then you come home, oh, what the fuck did you do? I'll fucking hit you first. Just nuts. Teachers would grab you, dig their nails into your fucking neck. She'd come home. Well, she wouldn't have done that unless something fucking happened, right? It was all of that shit. Yeah, me and my siblings, we all beat the shit out of each other, you know? And then we all teased the dog, and the dog bit all of us, and we never got rid of the dog. One time the dog bit me in the face. I was fucking with it. It was eating it. I was like, and it just latched onto my face. And was like that. My dad had to stitch me up and everything. We still didn't get rid of the dog. You know? Oh, he's a good dog. He had a moment. Jesus Christ. Well, Jesus Christ, you shouldn't have put your goddamn face down there near the fucking dog there, right?
I remember that. I grew, when I was little, for sure, like, I grew up in that time where the teachers were allowed to hit the students. Like, I remember two particular teachers who had rulers. One teacher would take you into another room away from the kids and make you put your hands out, and she would slap your knuckles, like, a couple of times. You imagine that happening today? A teacher taking the children away into a private room by themselves. Actually, I can imagine that happening. Now that teachers can literally put their people's kids into a gender changing closet. Yeah, I can imagine that happening today. Just minus the ruler. And then, like, when the community was allowed to spank your child, because it's like, you must have done something for them to do that to you, right? I remember even babysitting once. And I was babysitting a neighbor kids, and one of the little boys was being cheeky and grabbed my barely there boob or whatever, or grabbed my ass or something like that, and I smacked him. And he was like, I'm gonna go tell my mom. And I was like, well, yeah, you have to tell her why I smacked you. And he was like, never mind. Now we can't do that. And do I think kids should grow up being terrified of their parents? No, because I think that you have a lack of communication, then your child won't come to you for certain things, and then, end up getting themselves in more bad situations because they couldn't consult with their parents because out of fear of being in trouble. However, I think the millennials and maybe even the Gen Xers and the Gen Zs sort of grew up in a society or in a culture where you kind of let your kids run the house, let your kids be the king and the queen of the domain, let your kids raise themselves, and parents are now terrified to actually even correct their own child. There needs to be a happy medium. I think there needs to be a slight fear in disappointing your parents, but not necessarily terrified of your parents, because your parents gave you values and standards to sort of live up to. Of course, you don't put them so high where your kid can never get there, right? But you challenge your child so they know how to be challenged when they become adults. But also you want to cultivate, again, a safe environment so your kid feel that they're safe enough to come to you for advice or help or tell you something that you might be uncomfortable with. But still, the best thing they can do is to come to you so you give them proper advice or help them out of a really uncomfortable situation or something like that. So I think there just needs to be a happy medium, right? But tell me if you guys grew up in that day where, like, the neighborhood was your tribe so they can spank you. Like, they were your village. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. Or if you grew up in a time where teachers can spank you. I would much grow up in a time where I get paddled than grow up in a time where my teacher tries to convince me that I'm a different gender and tell me about their own sexualities. Try to talk to me as a kindergarten about my genitals. I don't know. Pick and choose which one you would rather have. Anyway, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit the button to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you'd like to support this channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the description box below and also in the comments section. Of course, you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. The other great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below and links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter. Other ways to support me and other ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second channel of vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle, or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories are usually what's most up to date. I also have my second channel, Speak Freely. Links down below. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.